Welcome back to Total Pole Sports here with Coach Lambo, Coach Hutchings. We got some news out of UAB that Trent Dilfer has now been named the new head coach. Coach Lambo, take us through a little bit about your thoughts on Trent Dilfer. I know you had some very fired up feelings about him in that Super Bowl.
Well, Trent Dilfer is the worst quarterback to ever win the Super Bowl. I mean, if you win the Super Bowl with the Ravens in 2000 and get released, that means you weren't good. Okay, the defense won that. That's why
Agreed.
30 for 30 is going to come out pretty soon about the 2000 Ravens. You can name Ray Lewis, Jamal Lewis, Shannon Sharp. I mean, Tony Saragusa. You can name all. I mean, I can name all of them. I mean, I don't know. I think Trent Dilfer should have not taken that UAB job. Is very disappointed. Also, just in case y'all don't know who Trent Dilfer is, he has played in the NFL for 13 seasons. He was with the Tampa Bay for 5 years, from 94 to 99. That's when Tony Dungy was the head coach before John Gruden. He was with the Ravens in 2000, which Brian Billett was the head coach. 2001 and 2004, he played for Seattle. Like I said, he played with 5 different teams. He's trash, okay? That head coach is Mike Holmgren. They coached with the Browns in 2005. I think the head coach was Romeo Cornell, okay? 49ers, 06 and 07. I'm sorry, I don't know who the head coach was at the time, but it does not matter. If you play for that many teams and you can't start, you suck. Now, he was 42-10 in 4 seasons. He coached high school at Lipscomb Academy. Lipscomb Academy is a private school. Now, from my perspective, he also does the Elite 11. Now, the Elite 11 is also televised on NFL Network, which he develops all these quarterbacks. He's developed Cam Newton. He's developed Tua. He developed Quinn Ewers. Excuse me. He developed all these quarterbacks. That's what I like about Trent Dilfer. He knows the game inside and out, but I don't think he should take that UAB job. I think he gets fired.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. He was the sixth pick of the draft and came out rookie season. I think he had 4 touchdowns and like 18 interceptions. You look over his entire career, guy threw more interceptions than touchdowns as well. But I mean, you can't really base an entire career of a quarterback on that ratio, but it's still kind of an important thing to look at and factor in. But should he stick to broadcasting? Because I really think that's where people know him from the most. I mean, you look at the average NFL fan right now. They're still pretty young, and all these new young quarterbacks are coming up. So people are following him like that. They might recognize him from broadcast. And do you think he's going to have a inaugural season at UAB like his inaugural season in the NFL?
I think no. I think the college level was very, very different. High school, he got away with some stuff. There was also an incident maybe last year, 2 years ago, where he pushed a player and went viral. But you can't do that at the college level, but you get with that high school. I think Trent Dilfer, half these high school coaches, including Trent Dilfer, I think y'all are better as just high school coaches. Don't jump into the college ranks yet. That's why one of my mentors isn't a college coach just yet, because the college game is very, very different from the high school game. Okay, there's certain things you get away with, there's certain things you can't get away with. And as far as that, if he pushed a player, now he apologized for it, but if you push a player, you have to deal with the parenting situation, all this other stuff. I think he should have just stayed at Lipscomb Academy. I mean, I think they playing for a championship, so I think he should have stayed. Right, you're 42-10. I mean, you were undefeated this year. You're 12-0. I mean, you left the program probably in good standing, but I think he should have just stayed to TV and Elite 11 and stuff. So I don't know if he's going to still do the Elite 11 stuff with the college coaching, but I liked his Elite 11 stuff. It was pretty good.
Yeah, I agree. Developing quarterbacks, developing these young guys too in high school. You lose your head once, you shove a kid. I don't condone that at all. You should definitely never ever hit any of your athletes at any single level that there is. He is probably better off, like you said, and just sticking with what he was doing. Had a good record there, and I just don't believe that he's going to be a factor long term at UAB. Some of these coaches have a high turnover rate unless you're some of these guys like Frank Beamer in the past, or Nick Saban, or Urban Meyer, and all these other guys that have been at places for quite a long time. Trent Dilfer, we'll see. I'm giving it maximum 3 seasons with him.
I give him about 2 seasons. He's gonna be Brett Pry. He's gonna get fired next year.
Yeah, I'm hoping Brent Pry gets it together next year. I got belief. I believe. Anyhow, that's it for Totem Pole. Appreciate the likes, the shares, the comments, and definitely subscribe. And make sure you check out those videos below. Appreciate all the support to On Full Nation.